Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to make some origami, which is the art of paper folding. So I'm going to show you how to make your paper into a square, and then I'll show you how to fold one of our easy ocean origami shapes from this book here. So the first thing we need to do is I have a regular piece of printer paper, and I am first going to make this piece of paper into a square. The reason why we need a square is because most things you would fold out of paper have to start from the shape of a square. So right now my paper is a rectangle. I'm going to make it into a square by taking one of these corners, lining up this straight edge here with the edge on the side of my paper, and then cutting off the bottom rectangle. So watch first and then you can do it yourself. I'll show you first and you can pause the video and do it yourself. I'm going to take this corner, line up this straight edge of my paper with this side, and I do that so this corner becomes a point. You can see that the paper is lined up to a point. I'm going to pinch it down with my finger, then slide this hand over. So I have now made a triangle. This top corner is a point. I have this extra rectangle on the bottom. What I like to do is I like to take a pencil, draw right along the straight part of that triangle I just created. And then what you will do is you're going to use your scissors and you're going to cut off this rectangle to make a square. So your square will have a little line in the center. So I'll take my scissors. I'm going to follow this line. And there we go. So now my paper is a square. You can go ahead and recycle that or save it for another craft for later. So now I'm ready to go ahead and make my first origami shape. And today I'm going to show you how to make a floating ship. So the first step is to start with a piece of paper. They're going to use colored paper in our book. We are going to use white paper because that is what we have today. So you are going to fold your paper in half. What's awesome is we have already done that step. So we're going to start by folding our paper in half, creasing it down the middle, making sure the edges are lined up. They're not overlapping. If you make your paper overlapping, it will be very hard to make this floating ship. All right, so now we can go ahead and take our paper and we're gonna fold it up past the top edge. So in the directions here, it says valley fold the bottom point past the top edge. Note that how this fold slants slightly to the left, make a sharp fold and unfold. So watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my paper, I'm gonna fold it up just like this so it goes to the left a little bit, crease it in the center, to the left, excuse me, crease it in the center, so pinch, swipe, pinch, swipe. So you see how it goes a little bit to the left, and I crease it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and unfold it. Now step number 3 says inside reverse fold the bottom point from step 2. This allows the point to swing up inside the model. So what they're saying, I'll fold this back one time just so I know where my fold is we're gonna take this big triangle, we're technically gonna put it inside the boat. So watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this big triangle here. I'm gonna open it up, push it through, so pushing it through my paper, and then close it back up. So you can see that triangle I just made is now inside my paper. I'm gonna do that one more time. So the first step was folding it in the paper in half, the square. Then I folded this triangle up. I folded it back both ways to make sure it was creased. And then what I did is I open up my paper. I'm gonna take this fold it inside, then close the boat back up. So now you can see my boat looks pretty similar to the picture in step number 4. I have this part that goes out this way. The triangle is technically folded inside. And so now what I need to do is I'm going to take this top triangle and I'm going to fold it down so it meets this top part of the boat, the paper. So I'm just going to fold a little triangle like this, crease it with my fingers, give it a little pinch, and then unfold it up. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, right along that edge I just folded. Fold it down, crease with my fingers, then fold it back up. Step number 5 says reverse fold and put it inside step number 4. So we are going to take this triangle just like we did before. We're going to open up our boat, push this triangle inside, close the boat, kind of like it's chomping down or eating it inside the boat. So there we go. And if you can see, that's our final step. What's really cool is you can now decorate this boat if you want to make some windows on your ship. You can maybe make some waves in the bottom. If you have crayons or color pencils, go ahead and add some other details. But this boat, you can actually open up and float in the kitchen, in the dishwater. You can float it maybe if you find a puddle outside. But remember, it is paper. So as it gets wet, it probably won't be as strong. But that is a way to make a simple floating ship. Thank you for joining me, friends. Happy creating!